Late last week, Governor Greg Gianforte signed into law a pair of bills implementing the property tax reform plan that came out of the legislature this year. MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Ambarian has updated information on what is next and a correction on what property owners will need to do to claim a rebate.
It took until the final days of the 2025 legislative session, but lawmakers did eventually hammer out a plan to revise Montana's property tax system and provide relief for primary residences. Now that the plan is officially in state law, it will be up to state agencies to start putting it into action. In a statement Monday, a spokesperson for Governor Greg Gianforte said, quote, "The governor was proud to sign into law House Bill 231 and Senate Bill 542 to deliver meaningful and permanent property tax relief for Montanans in the place they call home. Delivering the homestead rate cut developed by the governor's bipartisan, diverse property tax task force was one of his top priorities this legislative session. The two bills were tied together near the end of the session. In their final form, they create homestead rates starting in 2026, lowering the rates on most Montanans' primary residences, long-term rentals, and smaller commercial properties, but raising rates on second homes and those worth more than 4 times the statewide median value. Because the Montana Department of Revenue needs more time to fully implement the homestead rates, the bills also establish an interim system for 2025. Not only will there be lower rates on most homes worth less than $2 million, but there will also be a one-time rebate of up to $400 on primary residences. Montana homeowners will be able to apply for the rebate starting August 15th. A spokesperson for the Department of Revenue says they'll begin sending postcards to people whose residences may be eligible for the rebate next month. Throughout the legislative process, these tax proposals faced opposition from business groups like the Montana Chamber of Commerce. Chamber President and CEO Todd O'Hare says without a bigger change to the tax system, these changes are only shifting who pays taxes, not really providing relief.
And we think that there's a good chance this will be, once again, the issue of 2027. And until we have that serious conversation and come up with viable alternatives to the current tax system that we have in Montana, our concern is that the squeeze is going to continue to be on that larger industrial sort of base in the state of Montana.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.